So listen, I'm not one to do whatever you call slander or try to make, people think that something is nasty or bad or disgusting or foul. But Florida, let me explain something. This is the man. The man was so fed up. The man despises traveling in Florida. I'm an idiotic, stupid dog. I go off to camp. Okay? I don't get to go to Florida, but I hear the bitching that the man says. He says, these numbnuts, these numbskulls, they built one freaking road down the center of the state. They got one road. Everybody has to congregate, swarm like gnats, like locusts to the one road, like lemons running off a cliff. So what do? You go through one wreck, you go through the next wreck. It's like a hopscotch into a wreck. So you look over at the phone, the phone's trying to guide you. It's like a blue thing, like 1/3 of the time. It's yellow the other third, and the other third it's red. What do you want? It's Florida. Florida's like the penal county of America. Florida's like the penal colony of America, the way Australia used to be for Great Britain. These people, there's 4 kinds of people in Florida, okay? You got your rich, the smallest class, and they're sucking dry everybody else. They're living off the backs of everybody else. You got your elderly. I don't know what the other kind was. Of course, white trash was one of them. Oh, yeah, that's right. You got your rich, your elderly, your tourists, and your white trash. And white trash makes up about 95%. They're disgusting. These people, this whole thing, I don't even know what to tell you. So the man, this is what the man says. The man was calling one of his friends and bitching about Florida, how much he despises and hates Florida. And this is what I hear the man say. The man says, so, of course, it's like the 4th wreck. We get to a wreck. We drive for like 10 or 15 minutes, like at 65, 70 miles an hour. We come to the next wreck. I get off the road, okay? I travel some bum-fucked Egypt roads through the wilderness, okay? And I come to this bar. It's like a shabby, it's like a podank, a honky-tonk, whatever you used to call them, a jute joint. It's like there's 5 people sitting on a dusty porch sipping some kind of beer I never heard of. So I was like, gosh, I'm so parched, I want to get a beer. So I walk in, okay? I'm just trying to mind my own business, okay? And so I'm sitting there sipping my beer. They don't have draft beer. It's like you have to buy this brown bottle of cold horse piss. That's what you get in Florida, cold horse piss. But that's because Florida has a very low mentality. Overall, they have a very low intelligence quotient. Like I said, Florida is like the armpit of the country. It's like the asshole of the world. Florida is 95%. Like, Florida is 95% flyover country. Once you get to the Georgia border, it's like flyover country till you get down to Miami. It's disgusting. And these people, they're the worst. They're the most idiotic, inane, stupid. So I'm sitting there, okay? This really happened. I'm hearing the man. The man's telling his friend. The man's like, so I'm sitting there minding my own business, sipping my beer, and I hear one Floridian says to the other Floridian, hey, bud, what time is it? And the guy says, I don't know how to tell time. And the first guy says, yeah, I don't know how to tell time. I wish I did because I got a date to go fuck my sister once her husband goes to the slop shop to go to his shift at the I think he called it the not the sewage plant but some kind of like sleuth plant. It was disgusting. They make some kind of sludge. He says, I got a date to go fuck my sister once her husband goes off to the second shift. He works at the sludge plant. And the second Floridian gives him kind of a funny look. And the first Floridian says, hey, I've been fucking my sister since we were kids, what's the big deal? And the second Floridian says, oh, I get it, I fucked my sister my whole life, but, you got a wife. And the first Floridian says, you know what? Yeah, I got a wife, but she just got her period. She just got her period. She's 13, so I figure I got to give the little girl a break. I almost choked, I almost vomited. I chugged my beer and I got the hell out of there. So the first Floridian, he says to the other Floridian, hey, bud, what time is it? I got a date to go fuck my sister once her husband goes off to the sludge factory for his job. And the second guy goes, I don't know how to tell time. And the first guy goes, no, I don't know how to tell time either. I'll just have to judge by the sun. And the second guy gives him a dirty look, and he goes, hey, I've been fucking my sister since we were little kids. And the other guy goes, it's natural. That's what Florida people do. They're inbred motherfucking scumbags. That's how they do. So don't worry about it. I understand, but you got a wife. And he says, hey, my wife just got her period, by which I mean she just got it. She's 13. I figure I got to give the little girl a break. And the second Floridian says, that makes sense. That's what he says. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Hey, come on, global warming, and just swallow up the whole thing, the whole rancid, filthy, dirty peninsula, whatever. So anyways, the man, suffice to say, the man has what you would call a low opinion of Floridians and Florida. The last thing the man says, listen, if Ron DeSantis is any indication of what comes out of Florida, you might want to consider sticking with Donald Trump. That's all I got to say about it.